Uh, uh, thank you, Bindya. Thank you. So, hello everyone. This is Gaurav Ramteke. In today's session, we will look at CIS Critical Security Controls Top 20. We also call it as SAN's Top 20. Before we go ahead, actually, due to time constraint, I have consolidated consolidated this presentation into demo environment so that we can look at the most common use cases which can fulfilled by this app, CSS control app, which is there with Splunk. I'll cover most common use cases into this demo environment. Before I go ahead with that, let me give you small brief on uh, what is Splunk, how it is used, what is basics of it, actually how it works. So Splunk is a data to everything platform. And yes, of course, security compliance and fraud. I hope you all can see my screen. And please send me a message if you have any questions during the period of the whole session. I'll be happy to assist you, answer your queries at the end of the session. Thank you, guys. So, as I said, Splunk is a data to everything platform. Security, compliance, and fraud is the uh, middle, a strong layer of Splunk, where Splunk is a leader from last 7 years, 7 to 8 years, I would say. And then there is a strong hold of Splunk is in IT operations as well. It is not only security IT operation, but it can go horizontally to any length, business length across your organization. So basically, you have a core platform. On top of core platform, there are two flavors. When I talk about flavors, it is one Splunk Cloud and Enterprise. Splunk Cloud is a subscription-based model where you feed in the data and forget about the management. And enterprise is a whole solution where you can deploy it on-prem or on cloud. Doesn't matter you until you satisfy the prerequisites of the software. It will work fine. So that is how it looks like. The architecture we'll talk about. Now here is how it looks like. The bottom layer, the common, same similar way, common layer, common architecture, I would say. But the advantage of Splunk here is you can scale your environment vertically as well as horizontally without any downtime. How I would say is when you have a collection layer, it can configure it as in a high availability and indexer as well as and when your data grows. So indexer stores your data first. It is a storage mechanism within Splunk. It stores the data in a raw format. It doesn't uses any relational database format in the while it stores the data. Very important from forensics perspective, and it can scale horizontally. You can add indexes as and when your data grows without any downtime, as well as the search head. Search the data. It applies the schema while it reads the data from Splunk. So we call it as a schema at fly. Where very important feature. It doesn't Splunk doesn't write the data in a schema. It writes data in a raw format. Splunk, when it reads the data from the search head, it reads the data with the schema from the indexer. That is architecture. Then the use cases. I would like to give you the description on the data sources. You can we can understand this by one majorly I give this you to make you understand is a small um, uh, yeah. So any use cases which we can pull it here. The same what I wanted to highlight here is the same data sources can feed into multiple use cases across your organization, and it could be a simple example like booking a flight online. And if you are a manager, you will most probably see of that site that what user used his credit card, what credit card he has used, and which flight he has booked, what's it he's gonna he has so did he used any seat he has already a book, so all those stuff basically. But he can drill down more into marketing side of it, even from security side of it, if you read that use case below. Okay, all that this is how machine data looks like. Variations, varieties, all V's you can put in. Some of the data use, and this is how it looks like when it comes to Splunk. This is very important perspective when you onboard any data to Splunk. When there is a upgrade happened at the end data sources, which field is important and what field you have to pass it for your use cases to display it. So important perspective. Of course, when you see this machine data, you generally don't know what questions to ask it, but then yeah, this is how Splunk can help you here. So and this is a basic for Splunk. I'll go now jump into CIS control app. This is our agenda motive today. CIS Critical Security Control. This is an app, as I said, uh, uh, core platform on top of core platform. You can think core platform as a mobile, and top of it any applications you can install from the Play Store and from the Apple Store, whatever you have. Same like Splunk base is a app store for Splunk, where you can go and search for any data sources which you have in your environment, and the security controls or is important for you, like say PCI. This is, yes, there is an app for PCI as well. Now PCI, this is also premium app, excuse me. And if you take, of course, now we're not going to discuss about the complete enterprise security here. We're just focusing on today's um, uh, session is just focusing on critical security control, CIS. So this is how you have the description of the app. Uh, the overview it gives you. This is the version. Now it is on supports, the app supports this version. I think this is the current version of top 20 critical securities. It falls under baseline security best practices, and as I said, it is also called as SANS. Then who build up this app. This build up by a Splunk engineer itself, a developer. And then you go down below, you will know um, uh, what are other details not supported. Of course, if it is built by the Splunk, there are multiple apps, and what data model does it support. There are multiple apps which are built by the end customer or partners or vendors. There are multiple vendors who have built the apps as well. You'll see all the details of the app here. As I say, in Splunk, it generally when we talk about security, uh, it follows this data model. So common information model, SIM, we call it as. And when your data falls under this model, it will populate all the use cases, underlying use cases which are there in the apps. You don't have to do anything else. So all those add-ons, technical add-ons which supports these data models, will generally give in the overview or in the details those descriptions. So you can search those technical add-ons in Splunk store itself. So those are the basically technical add-ons are the parsers, and apps are called as the visualization for the customers or end customers. So you see all those screenshot is also displayed here. So all details are given here. The SIM compliant app, not only this add-ons, this is all technical add-ons, TMNs, and then the deployment procedure which has been given here. So and other descriptions like what all controls you need, what all things. Okay. So after so this is how you can get the app for you to try. Now let us go into the app. So this is how the CIS control app looks like. Now let me show you the core platform first before I jump into the app. So this is a demo environment for you guys, so that we can more focus on because of the time length. So this is the core platform. This is how you see the core platform at the left hand side here. All apps you could see, all the apps you can install and use them as per your requirement or the customer requirement. And we're gonna see how we can drill down into customer requirements and get the details from them. Okay, so by default app is search and reporting app, and rest of the apps you can manage it from here, install, uninstall, and all those apps. It's that simple. Now all the settings, administrative activity you can do from here. So that's how all this is, the basic one. Once you install the app, you will see, once you click on the app, any app from here, you get into the app and have the complete access to that app. And this is how, once I click on the app, that's how you see you're in what app. So that's where you are. So let us dive into the today's motif. Now, CIS's top 20 critical controls, are designed. They are the framework, I would say, and a best practice according to baseline security controls. Now, there are multiple reports, dashboards in the app that are based on latest version. I have shown you latest version is 6.1. It provides it provides you the complete agnostic framework that leverages multiple features like tag, event types, and fields, which you can extract it directly from the search set. As I said, this is a schema at read, and it supports Splunk information model. As I said, the SIM data model. Many apps specifically into security, they supports SIM modeling. And once the data puts into that model, the use cases starts populating the reports dashboards by itself. Okay, so let's see how many. You can see at the left hand side, all those controls are here. You can just check what all different controls are there, and somehow I can't go down here, but you can see all those links take you here. If I click one of it, it will take me to the dashboard controls. But then there are 20 controls here, and all those controls have different use cases within them. As you can see, sub contents contents around it. Uh, the main link, the main thing here is breadth of the reports and dashboards. So there are many. We just gonna focus, basic ones, and majorly available. Like if you look at there's different dashboards, and then look at other menus, you see all alerts, dashboards, and reports you could find here. Let me take you to reports. How many reports are available with this app out of the box? There are around total around yeah, there are total around 102 reports, 102 reports. Similarly, there are and you can edit. Just click on it, edit. You can edit as well. Search in a search as well. You can search directly from here. And total number of dashboards around it. Also the alerts which are there. These are the total number of dashboards. 27 dashboards are there. And within those all dashboards, we'll see some of the main dashboards here, like account privileges, vulnerability assessment, and then administrative privileges, email security, maybe probably, or the malware defense, anti-malware dashboards to the line. Okay, so you can see there are 26 dashboard at present. So that quick how to regarding navigation. Just wanted to show you how to navigate across this app. So let us begin by looking of some actual common dashboards. Take me to the control here, and let me take you to inventory of unauthorized, authorized dashboard. The name, as the name implies here, this dashboard provide visibility into the authorized and unauthorized devices onto your network, and mostly large number here you can see. Let me push up. Implies that the dashboard provides visibility into authorized and unauthorized devices. The pie chart you see in the center of the screen highlights the ratio between approved and unapproved equipments into your environment. Lastly, you can hover over here as well. I can click drill down into the dashboards directly. The bottom of this page, you can see who is the owner of this device, the department from it is coming, and the purpose of this matter. Now here the important thing is this details which we are capturing it from DHCP server, the MAC address. It generally doesn't come with the data which is coming in from the network devices. It is so the lookup functionality which we use here, very important functionality, the data enrichment functionality. In the dashboard, when you can't, this is important from to you can say the attach the fields which are important from perspective of uh, highlighting what exact machine is connected to your network is that's where the lookup tables provides you the flexibility and easy way to do an asset inventory and find out the ownership here. I mentioned that some of the controls have multiple dashboards. Let's take a look at uh, other dashboard now. In this, let us see, there are multiple dashboards. As you can see here, all the 20 controls, and each control has inbuilt dashboards within them. Um, so let me take you through uh, the first one, that is boundary control boundary. In this dashboard, defense. Here you see all the geolocations and source IP addresses. Source IP addresses and their remote lagging or login activity, failures, trend of success as well as trend for failures, and all the user specific, or this is generally um, a, a maybe host machine, and their detailed activity down here, which is destination, what source coming from, and what is the user account generally which is doing this. Similarly, same control, if I go into the network IDs, this data is coming from the IDs environment. Here you would see the location details, geolocation of source IP addresses that have been flagged um, flagged as the source as an attack by a premier network intrusion detection system. So the pie charts which you could see here, um, here in the network, visualize the type of attack, categorize your organization, and experiencing there are different ways, different types which it has been detected from the NIDs signatures or from antivirus malware across your infrastructure. So those are all the categories. What all policy violations and other stuff which has been taken care, as I said. Yeah. And there are different use cases across. If you could go down, NID is allowed action here, and they're all critical, severity critical of all those destination been triggering the signatures, and those all signatures has been allowed on that particular host. So that's how we can categorize all the details. All the criticality severity level is been um, you can see all the severity levels across your NIDS activity which has been happening in your environment. Right, let us drill down to now more into, now as I said, into vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities, that is also a common use case control. In this dashboard, there is now mostly what we generally do in any environment. If you have any activities around vulnerability scanning across your environment, you would see the details like how many types you have done the scanning into your environment, what all are the major most vulnerable systems found on those scanning, and why those scanning has been done, that much time. Those kind of controls which you can see directly from here, like scanning result, 96% you found the scanning trend, vulnerability security severity trend, which is found in all those on with this severity level defined there. Yep. And if you go down, uh, yeah, you can direct the filter, the details go drill down here as well with the severity level. The most common vulnerability systems, there are direct different data sources which you can find here with the defined vulnerabilities found as per the severity, and all those details, vulnerabilities identified across your host. And that is how we have different pages, and CVE details also can be highlighted here. However, you can't see it now. Yeah, there are CVE details here as well. So directly find those CVE details, why this is particular vulnerability lies, and what severity level uh, is there, why it is there in our environment. You can find out those by online. Now we can uh, drill down to most of the common one is yeah, the malware defense. This dashboard gives you the activity of malware activity across your organization. Uh, uh, Yeah, so how many endpoints are infected? Are there DATs? The signatures have been updated into an endpoint while you update the enterprise antiviruses in your in your environment. Those are all details you will be able to find out from these dashboards directly. That's how easily you get this access to not only those dashboards. There are again. So what are the DNS internet activity? Internet activity. What are the DNS majorly users are trying to access, like URLs trying to access, which category does it does those um, the users accessing the URLs. So threat activities, like basically the malicious domain stats. This is where it's struck, and there is a combined trend. So there are combined trend of this particular bad known DNS, which has been found from the threat intelligence which has been integrated with your environment. So that is there, and that also with the web activity. So proxy, the malware. Okay, so all malware, even ransomware infrastructure, which you could find here. Uh, the web activity I would learn to take you through. Just a minute. The privileged one. Yeah, administrative. So this is also most common known use cases. Generally end customers look for, and very important from security standpoint. You say where end users are always want to monitor whether our environment is facing with the brute force attack, and are there any compromised privileges account, because uh, accounts are the end user accounts, mostly privileged accounts. If it is compromised, it is a risk, a threat for the organization, and that's where you can see all the activities, what all failed logins, privilege accounts for last 60 minutes, and all the approved versus unapproved privilege account activity, successful logins, privilege activity, and those details you'll be able to find here. Not only this, you will be able to see other details like other activity, like the users which have been given privileged um, uh, role. Those user as well can be seen in these dashboards, like rare users having privileged access into your infrastructure, and what percentage of activity, privileged activity they are doing as per the count here. You can see. So those are all the users within their environment having privileges in their operations, and this is the uh, control last 15 minutes account creation activity. This is account deletion activity. Majorly is not not there, but then you have that thing present. So this is privilege action activities exceeding auth accounts creation. Majorly this is um, um, uh, the user which is trying to escalate for administrative privileges, and the failed activity which has been done here. So these are all the system messages which has been come up, and you can see those system messages and um, the end users admin account. Trying to you can see here from the system that it's not only Windows system which has been tried here. Okay, I have played, but it is also a Linux system, not only related to one operating system, but it's all operating systems around. You can see. Yeah, you can see this is the search. When you click, all the dashboards are drilled down, have the drill down capability, and when you click on any of the dashboards, you come up with this kind of search, and these are the tagging functionality and Boolean operators which you can use, very simple searches. You have the time filters here, where you can search the data within your environment, and this is the data which is in a raw format. You can see there are different ways you can see the data in a raw format, in a list format. Majorly we generally look at the list format so that you can see the time what has been extracted and the time of the event, what you see there, and all the fields. When you expand this event, all the fields which has been extracted, the similar field which you will find in the left hand side. So those all the extracted fields are here. uh, yeah, so there's a interested field and selected field. Yeah, and when you see that there are different patterns here. This is timeline in which this kind of events have been triggered, and you can just click. This is a 15 minutes window, so in 15 minutes window it's probably from 12:15 to 30:15, so between those three types. So this you can click on any time, um, any bar here, and drill down to those kind of activities. uh, what else? There are Those are the controls dashboards, and that's it for wrapping up. Would say uh, that's it, guys. So I think if you have any questions, so I think we have seen the major activities around malware. until now malware administrative privileges activities, than network activities um, um, around network details. Also, the features like data enrichment and ease of use. So, I hope, guys, you like this and got a um, bit of knowledge sharing which I've done, and this is how you can, give a fast time to value with respect to visibility into compliance or non-compliance with the CIS control framework. um, that is it, guys. So let me know if you have any questions around it. That's it then. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. I hope I have given out there something, and it will help. Hope and please let me know if you have anything. You will be able to. Binda will be able to share the details with you guys, and you can connect with me.